Okay, so chapter 5, case 3. Now we are looking at operating activities, purchases, and cash payments. I do really encourage you to dive into that test drive, that sample company, walk through the chapter, do those different steps, and then that'll help when you go to do these case studies. All right, so chapter 5 starts off with our case study here with adding some vendors. And so I went to expenses and vendors. And then there's my vendor list. And so you can see I went ahead and added those 3 new ones, those first 3 steps. And then on step 4, it says to modify our existing vendor, Apple here. So I'm going to use this little arrow. And notice there isn't an edit option like there normally is, right? So in order to edit the actual vendor, I'm going to actually have to click on Apple Inc. there. And then that will take me to the vendor details where I can go in and edit. So the name should be Apple Computer Inc. So I have to hit edit here. And then I can make those changes. I'm trying to type one-handed. It's not really working. All right. Apple Computer Inc. updated there. And then I also have an address. I didn't have an address form before. So I can add that in. It's 1 Infinity Loop. City is Cupertino, California, and zip 95014. Now, when you're doing these vendors, they also give you terms. And so that's going to be down here in the additional info section under payments. Those terms, this one's Apple is net 15. All right, so I hit save and now I've updated that vendor. Again, I can go to my expenses, click on vendors, and that's going to give me my vendor list. There's my 4 vendors. Okay, and then we also have to add a new account. Okay, so when we do that, we know we have to go to our chart of accounts, which is under the gear icon. So gear icon under your company, go chart of accounts. You're going to click new. And then this is where we can fill out the information provided to us. It is a credit card. Detail type is credit card. Oh, I have to save the account under something. Just click credit cards there. And account name, Amex. Okay, so there's that. It doesn't give me any kind of other information, so just hit save. And then the other new account here is going to be other current assets. Now it reads account type, other current assets, detail type, other current assets, name, supplies, asset. That's all the information it gives. So again, hit save. And there's the first part of the case study. It's just entering that stuff in. Now you're also going to add a new taxable product. Again, we've done that before. Go to your products and services. Add new. So step 7, 8, 7 and 8 are to add new products. Step 9 is record a new purchase order. We've done that. We've done something very similar to that in the last section where you did invoices and sales receipts. Now we're just looking at it as purchasing instead of selling. And so we have to then, when we do this under new, look under vendors now, right? Because before we were selling to customers, now we're looking under vendors, and this is where I'm going to find that new purchase order option. But like I said, it looks very similar. When this pops up, you see, instead of selecting the purchaser, you select the vendor. And then we have 2 different sections now. So there's category for if you're using accounts versus item for if you're doing products and services. So let's see what I mean here. This first purchase order on step 9, it's purchase order 1001, and it says that it's for products for vendor Google Incorporated. And because this one is for items, the items are pixels, there's 10 of them. I'm gonna come under the items section. There's my pixel, tab over to quantity, enter 10, and it's going to update that total amount. Now I have this purchase order, save and close. Now I could have done save and new because I actually did need to do another purchase order. But again, I wanted to show you, just go new vendors purchase order. And this time the vendor is Samsung. All right, and it is for Samsung Galaxy 8, so that's an item, which is something that I haven't added yet, so I'd have to go through and do that. But I think that we're at a good place to where I kind of got you started. I don't see there being a lot of questions with this chapter, but I do know those videos have been requested, and so I went ahead and made one for this chapter. If I need to do more, let me know. I'll keep working through here, and if I get to anything that is going to be maybe a problem area, I'll go ahead and update you all on it. Otherwise, just keep working along. Thank you so much for your hard work, and enjoy the rest of your day.